So, guys, we're here again. We're trying this again. Um, man, I'm gonna tell you guys some serious stuff. Um, if you guys want to be content creators, you got some frustrating times ahead of you. You guys got some frustrating times, especially figuring this stuff out on the fly like this. But the show must go on as you guys come in, and if you guys are watching on the replay. Um, like the video, comment your thoughts below. You guys see the title of the video. Polygamy is here. Polygamy is here in our society. It is rearing its ugly head. And this live stream is going to give you guys some insight on what to be aware of, uh, how to notice these things in your real life. Because if you're living in the West, you're going to notice this for sure. So we got to go through the studies again. We have to go through why polygamy is on the rise, and then I'm going to give you guys some real life stories in my own personal life that is going to prove that we are going towards polygamy and that we are living in a polygamous society. So, as you guys come in, you guys are gonna have to forgive that little annoying sound. I don't know how heavy it is, but they're doing like some kind of construction outside of my apartment. They're cutting some branches down and kind of grinding them into little pieces. They've been doing it all weekend. Hopefully, I figured they'd be done by now. So if you hear that little noise, just that's what that is. I tried to do a live stream in the car. The phone overheated. Then I did another live stream on here, and the live stream just quit. I don't know what was going on. So, you guys want to be content creators, this is what you got to look forward to. It's always something. So, you guys have heard about the 80-20 rule. 80% of the women are chasing 20% of the men. This concept is well known. This is not anything new at this point. Everybody is starting to notice this at this point. So, in my estimation, guys, and because we're going through an overcorrection period, the 80-20 is going to go to the 90-10. It most certainly will. That's how far down this polygamy road that we are. And again, as you guys come in, if you guys hear a noise outside, that's just some construction going outside of my apartment. If you guys happen to hear that, if it gets too bad, let me know in the chat. As you guys come in, like the video, comment your thoughts below, participate in the chat if you want to. I'll be reading all the chats at the end of the stream once I get through my talking. So, a small percentage of men are sleeping with the majority of women. Now, we hear this on the internet. We hear these people on the internet talk about these certain things, but there's no proof. Like they just kind of glaze over it like it's a professor in a textbook, right? But guys, we're actually in a society now. And as we get later on in the stream, I'm going to give you guys some personal stories that I'm starting to connect the dots. And some of you guys are going to have some stories as well that you can put in the chat, because polygamy is here. People talk about monogamy. Well, we don't even really practice monogamy at this point. We're practicing sexual exclusivity. Right? Everybody's dating everybody. This is the sexual liberation. This is like another term of the hippie period. That's what we're in. That's what we are in right now. So, of course, we got the study. The study says it's tripled how many men that are sexless in their 20s. So we have around 30% or a little bit higher of men in their 20s that are simply ignored, simply sexless. But on the flip side of that, we have women that are 60% sexually active in their 20s. So the numbers aren't adding up, which means what? We are in a polygamous mode right now. We are in a polygamous relationship. So if you're a woman right now and you're watching this video, you might want to check your boyfriend's phone. You might want to check your boyfriend's to check and see if you're the only one, because the stats are saying that he's dating you and probably 3 other women. And I got a crazy story about this at the end. So the interesting thing about this, and when it comes to women, like they have no understanding of this. Like they have no understanding of how their dating strategy works. Like they don't even understand the 80-20 rule. They don't understand that they have a different set of eyes than men. Women only see a small percentage of men, and they all see the same small percentage of men. Meanwhile, men see all the women. As a matter of fact, if we're being honest, you guys have had interactions with women, intercourse with women that were straight. As soon as you hit your post-nut clarity, you were like, what in the hell did I do? See, that's how different the dating selection, the dating strategies work between the men and the women. So how did we get here? Why is this happening? Why is polygamy starting to skyrocket? Well, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the economics recently, but inflation is skyrocketing. Inflation is going up tremendous. Like if you look at an inflation chart, it's going straight up, like no divots in it, nothing. It's just, and plus, we're not making, the wages haven't kept up with inflation. So everything comes back to finance. Everything comes back to resources when we're talking about human beings. If you look at the wars, if you look at relationships, marriages, divorce, the number one thing is resources, lack of resources. That's why humans go to war. That's why divorces, that's the number one thing when it comes to divorces, lack of resources, right? It's lack of resources. So inflation is going up. Prices are skyrocketing. Rent is going up. And these women can't keep up. Like, let me show you this how crazy inflation has gotten. So recently I went to McDonald's, and I know, guys, I don't eat McDonald's. I just typically once a year or twice a year, every 6 months, I get this, okay, let's go to McDonald's feeling. And so I go over there and I get a 12-piece chicken McNugget meal. And it was $9, almost $10. Inflation has gotten so bad that even a McDonald's meal is hitting double digits. So these women are running into financial issues. They're mismanaging their money. This is the side of feminism that nobody wants to talk about. This is the side of feminism that nobody wants to examine. When women came into the workforce, they were getting paid less, and we're finding out that women cannot manage their money. No matter if it's a six-figure salary, 50K, they cannot manage their money and live below their means. Now, I'm not saying every woman. There's a few finance majors that are women. There are some good, decent women that are good with money, but that's rare. So they're struggling financially. Either they've gotten themselves into a pickle, whether it be student loans, debt, whatever, credit card debt, whatever it is, car debt, mortgages that they can't afford, and they need a man to bail them out. So, which brings me to something else. So, we have, since women are struggling making money or they're struggling financially, that means they're dating out of a need. And if they're dating out of a need, their vetting process isn't effective. Because if you look at the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, once you get the basics, the food, water, shelter, then you start examining different factors, right? So once she gets the financially stable guy, she starts to examine him in different areas. Now they're not compatible. Now the personality isn't compatible. Maybe they aren't sexually compatible, right? Why? Because she dated him, not because she liked him, but because she's struggling. So student loans are due this month. A student loan payment is due this month. And you know what's interesting? I've seen a recent video, and I forget the video, but I came across it. Guys, sugar daddies are skyrocketing. The amount of attention that sugar daddies and older women or older men are getting are skyrocketing. Why? Because they're struggling financially. Women refuse to accept that they need a man. They refuse to accept that they need a man to lead them. All this is feminism backfiring. Now, it's happening on a mass scale. And this is why we're heading towards polygamy, because this is how humans work whenever things get bad. This is the natural tendency that humans go to. We've been doing it for thousands of years. When you have a kingdom or a dictatorship or an authoritarianship, though the kingdom and his men have a harem of women that they support, take care of, and ultimately have interactions with. And that's what we're going towards, because the middle class is shrinking. We're going towards the poor and the rich. See, the middle class, that's what's containing women's 80-20 rule. So it's kind of distorting even you guys' perception of the 80-20 rule, right? Because we've constructed a society, the men of the past have constructed a society that has a middle class that is kind of allowing men to get a wife at some level, to get a girlfriend at some level. Now, because once that stops, we definitely go back to the 80-20 rule, the 90-10 rule. Because a woman's not going to go with a broke person, a broke guy. She's going to go with a celebrity. She's going to go with a king. She's going to go with the guy with the resources and just be girlfriend 40 out of like 200 women, and she'll deal with it because it's better to be in a mansion than live in a hut with you. This is what we are going towards. Don't even get me started on AI. I have a video coming out soon, guys, and AI is finna go insane. Like, not only is it going to push the 80-20 rule into the 90-10 rule, but it's going to hurt some of you guys financially as well. So you guys better be pivoting to something online, to something on the internet, move your business, move your company, whatever it is, online. Because pretty soon AI is going to be doing, being doctors. They're going to take all the office jobs. They're going to be the cashier, right? They're going to have a little assembly line where they put the cheeseburger, they put the bun first, and they put the cheese. It's like, it's going to get bad, guys. So you guys brace yourself, get ready, because this next year and a half is going to get crazy. This is an election year. Something always crazy happens during election. So you guys keep your heads on a swivel, because it's going to get bad out here. And you guys protect yourselves, because some of you guys, I know people right now that are struggling just to find a job. Why? People are struggling all around. This is why we're having unrest, all these different types of stuff, right? Now we're moving towards the real life proof that I am noticing, and I'm sure you guys are noticing. And I would love to see and hear you guys' stories in the comment section or in the chat, and take a quick swig of water real fast, get a dry throat. So this is what I'm noticing when I'm going on dates recently. Whenever I'm going on dates, the main complaint that I am hearing from women is their lack of money, them being broke. That is the main concern. Now, like I said earlier, we've gotten to a point now where our economic system is so bad and people are struggling so hard and inflation is so high, right? And they're going to keep rate hiking it so far, or they've been rate hiking it so far. People are losing their jobs, that people aren't getting together because they like the person. They're getting together because they need somebody to take care of. So the concept of love in today's world is completely false. In most cases, I'm not going to say in all cases, but most cases. We've now see, and this is the more I think about it, guys, this is just going to make love even more transactional, going to make your relationships even more transactional. As soon as that person finds out you're not making a $500,000, boom, done, over. As soon as they find out you can't take care of them, or you won't take care of them, or you won't support them, it's done. And this is what you're running into. This is why some of you guys are frustrated right now, because you're running into these types of women on a consistent basis. See, most people today have a transactional relationship. This is why tricking, um, thinking like a working girl is so prevalent now. That is the natural relationship now. You have women saying, "Hey, I need access to your bank account. You need to pull up your banking statements so I can look at how much money you have in your account so I can see if you're a worthy mate or not." You guys see how bad our society is getting. You guys are seeing the numbers in the matrix. You guys are noticing the polygamy that's going on. So, what are some personal stories that I've heard women say that is giving me the indication that we are in a polygamous society? So, I know a woman that was dating this guy, and she was dating this particular guy, not knowing that he was married, not knowing that not only was he married, but he had children. So not only did she not know this, uh, so they're dating without her knowledge of him being in a whole different marriage or relationship and have kids with that particular woman. She gets um, pregnant by him. So this guy has a whole marriage on this side with kids, and then he's in a relationship with this girl I'm referenced to, and she gets pregnant by him. Polygamy. You're right, ETV. Everybody is acting promiscuous. Now, it makes sense biologically for men to be quote unquote promiscuous because you got to think about it like this. Like if there's 10 guys in the world and there's 300 women, humankind can move on. Hell, it could be 1,000 women and one guy, and society will be okay. See, if it's 10 women and 500 guys in the world, uh, the society, our humankind is done. Right. That's just cheating. Oh, you mean? Oh, okay. I mean, it's still polygamy, right? And the interest, I don't really buy it. It's the thing about these stories that I'm hearing with women, right? If you guys really study women, they're ultimately detailed. They have high intuition. So to hear a woman say she didn't know, like guys aren't really good at hiding cheating. Let's just be real about this. So either the woman knew that this was happening or she didn't care. She didn't care until it affected her directly. Yeah, ETV. Yeah, like that just benefits the woman, man. Like we have to realize, like open relationships benefits the woman more than the man, unless you are like a celebrity, unless you're, Chad or Tyrone. Uh, if you're an average guy and you're trying to say, hey, you work at, FedEx and you trying to have an open relationship, I guarantee you your girlfriend will get more offers than you quickly. See, guys don't understand. This is what people don't understand. A woman can get easily have sex. She can easily rack up 3 bodies in one day. Easily. A guy, you're gonna talk to 20 women before you sleep with one of them. Yeah, they won't paint the picture to make it look like she made facts. Facts, Nick. Facts. Facts. They won't paint the picture. The picture. Now, you guys check out this story. It gets wilder. So I know a woman that was living with a man. Like her name was on the lease. She was paying for it, all that. Had a whole guy living with her. Now, I don't know what kind of guy that is. I don't know about you guys, but I can't go live with a woman in her place. Like she can come live with me, but I can't go live with a woman in her place. That's just weird as hell to me. But that could be me, right? So this woman was housing a whole guy in her apartment, paying for the bills, everything. And lo and behold, she found out that he was married. She found out that he was married. She texted the wife and said, you know, your husband was lied to me this whole time. And she said, yeah, we're still trying to figure it out in the relationship. So, and then on top of that, she found out that not only was he in the house with her, not only was he had a wife with kids, right? This is another guy with kids in a marriage, living with another woman, thinking that she's in a relationship with him exclusively. And this guy was dating and seeing other women. Because check this out. It gets crazy. Check this out. So he's on a dating app and he's messaging women, and she finds out he's been dating and seeing multiple women while they were together, while he was living with her. The only way she found out was that he matched with her best friend, and her best friend exposed him. Bruh, I'm telling you guys, this is we are in polygamy. We are in polygamy right now. Full-fledged polygamy. I mean, that story was wild as hell. Like, guys, if you set her up, she'll knock them down. If you ask the right questions and you come off as non-judgmental, these women will tell you some crazy stories. And the crazy stories all stem from like 18 to like 23. Guys, if you knew what women were doing between the ages of 16 and 23, if you go through a woman's phone from 16 to 23, you'd be horrified. You'd throw up in your fucking mouth. I don't know why your message got retracted, ETV. I don't know what that is about. I don't know why that happened. But guys, it's getting crazy out here. Now, I got another story. So let me get a swig of water, man. Because you guys know I live in I'm currently in Dallas. So I'm at the barbershop and I'm listening to the guys talk. And one of the barbershop guys, baby mama, was he had went to go see her, and they had went out and they were just talking, and he was talking about how frustrated he was getting with her, because all she was saying was um, how different athletes were hopping into her DM. Now, this is a woman with kids, right? And this is one of the barber's baby mama. So they're going back and forth, and she's saying that she has access and that she's going out and seeing and been in contact with, even before him, with these certain athletes and these certain high caliber guys. And here we go again with women choosing and being with the high caliber guys. Oh no, you good. I don't know why it retracted it. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't think you said anything bad. Um, exactly. Like, women overseas are completely different. Like, women call us misogynists, and I'm like, you can go up, you can go work, you can go start a channel and have a voice. In these other countries, you're stuck in the house. Nobody wants to hear what you got to say. You can't work, but they call us misogynists. They have no clue. They are so detached from what the real world actually is. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Facts. Facts. My cousin went overseas one time, and he told me, bro, he's like, these dudes in these third world countries make around $6,000 a year, and they get treated like a king by their women. Now, think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. You have a woman that lives in a third world country where he makes $6,000 a year, and she loves and respects that man. We got guys over here making six figures running into problems with women. Think about how idiotic that is, how stupid that is for a second. Think about that for a second. So I don't know what you guys are gonna have to level up, man. Not only just to attract women, but for yourself, right? Because things is getting bad for everybody. The economy is screwing everybody. The governmental leaders, completely idiotic. You watch the debates, none of them are talking about inflation, getting it down. They're talking about other things. Like this polygamy thing. Like, I don't know what happens. I don't know if you guys know what happens when the middle class shrinks and we just have the rich and the poor. Like, rebellion and everything goes out. Bro, I'm telling you, like, these women are struggling so bad that they're making poor selection for mates, right? You guys take this piece of advice. Never make a decision when you're desperate, because you'll take anything. It won't be a rational, logical uh decision. But that's what these women are doing right now. They're making illogical, desperate, needy decisions, short term fixes. Like the sugar daddy, that's a short-term fix. Like, he just gonna get you, he gonna get you to the month, You still gonna have to come back to him every month though. Wouldn't it be better if you just had a guy because of your status or what? What do you mean? Find a girlfriend because of what's like there's a when it comes to women, you're not gonna attract like every woman. Certain women like status, certain women like looks, certain women like um height, some women are materialistic. Like the pie, the slice of pie. Well, I mean, you can overcome the attractiveness, and plus, looks is subjective, right? So, as long as you're making some decent money, or you're working your way up to make some decent money, and you're in shape, a woman will show up. Now, granted, it might not be a dime, an IG model. It might not be the most attractive woman in the world, but as a guy, we can compensate for something. Like we got money, we can get in shape. Um, are you like using dating apps or whatnot? Because like if you're using dating apps, you're gonna have to have good pictures. Uh, if you're going out to certain places, you're gonna have to have some bait, whether it's your style, your car, something. Because like I mean, we all start out struggling economically, but you can improve that. That's why I take as a guy, most men don't hit their stride until like their 30s or 40s, right? So it as a young guy, you're it's probably the most frustrating shit ever because the women like this goes back to even high school. Like the freshmen date the juniors and the seniors. In college, the juniors and the seniors date most of the women because women date up. Like if you're looking women at women in your age bracket, they're probably dating guys in their 30s. Some are even in their 40s. So you might, if you're 20 something, late 20s, mid 20s, you probably need to go for like a 19, 20, 21. That's still legal age. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But if you stay away from those, if you know where those women congregate in, yeah. I mean, but if you know where those women congregate, uh, you can get it, you can neglect that or you can negate that gold digger problem if you know where they mingle at. Like a really good skill that you have to develop or guys have to develop is vetting women. I was watching a live stream recently, and he's like, celebrities and rich guys don't know how to select women. They simply just don't realize they live in a bubble. Well, that might be a reason because online dating is a thing now. Like everybody's on online dating, so you might need to get on one of those apps, man. Tinder is okay. Hinge is decent, probably the best one. Bumble's all right. Because everybody's on online now. Nobody's going to the club. Like we're in a weird time right now. We live in a time now where humans would rather text you than see you in person. Like they would rather no natural human connection. They might say it, but nobody's going out to bars anymore. Women are getting DMs on dating apps plus approaches. Most women are just stuck in that phone, man. So if I was you, man, I would try out dating apps. Upload your best pictures. If not, go get you some money together, get you some decent photos. I mean, that first part is true. There's a lot of women that you got. See, this is the thing. You have to get good at vetting women. You're gonna have to go through some bad experiences to know um, what works and what doesn't work. That's a part of the game. You want to get your mistakes out of the way early. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to wait until become a six-figure earner or you become a millionaire, and now you got to learn the game. Like, yeah, there's a possibility that people can prey on you. That's a possibility in every place. So I mean, you're gonna have to take a risk at some level. You know what I'm saying? So try it out. You're gonna go on some good dates. You're gonna go on some bad dates. You're gonna see how these women manipulate. I think getting the experience and noticing what to look for and what not to look for. I think that should be like the goal because dating is actually a skill. Understanding women is actually a skill. It's one thing to watch these videos and see these guys talk about the 80-20 rule, hypergamy, all this different stuff. It's a different thing to kind of get in the field and notice it real time. Before you guys, this is my strategy. So if you dating somebody, if you're talking to somebody online, uh, before you guys meet, you call them on the phone, you FaceTime them, right? You FaceTime them first. You don't just go on a dating app and then let's meet here. Like, nah, you gotta get some kind of interaction. So you gotta FaceTime them first before you guys go on the date. So talk to them on the dating app for like a couple days. Ask for the number, ask for the Snapchat, whatever you want to do. You guys talk on the phone for about 5-10 minutes. Then you guys go on the date. Then you guys do what you got to do. That's how you negate. Because on that phone call, you're gonna see um, how she acts and if she looks like what she looks like. I mean, you just keep going. Like, you just keep going, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the game. Don't have analysis paralysis. You're gonna have to take action at some level. So polygamy is here, guys. You guys, with this live stream, hopefully you guys can actually go out and see and notice these things in real time and have an awareness for it. Because if you're dating anybody in college, post college, you're gonna run into these problems. They're struggling financially. They're struggling trying to manage their money. They're dating out of a need. Um, they're dating and seeing the top level guys, whether they know it or not, and they're just one woman out of the 10 women that guy has seen, whether they know it or not. So you guys focus on getting your money right, getting your body right. Focus on yourself, improving yourself. I mean, you're gonna have. I mean, bro, if she don't want to call, you don't want to see her anyway. That's how I see it, right? So you just keep talking to women, women, women. You just keep talking to them. Like, bro, you're gonna go through 10 to 20 women just to get one date. Like people talk about spinning plates. As a guy, you have to spin plates. Women are that fickle. See, if a woman, see, guys aren't fickle. If a woman says, "Hey, I want you to come over tonight, and I'll cook you some dinner," he will move some stuff around, and he will literally come over that night with one text message. A woman will ghost you for a week just to hit you back up the next week and say, "Hey, stranger, are you still get down to go out?" That's code for, yeah, my previous guy that I wanted to see didn't work out, so I'm coming back to you. Hell no, I don't invite women over on the first night either. Hell no, hell no. But some dudes be so down. Now that's how you will get finessed. If you invite women, and not only will you get finessed, but you're gonna turn the women off, right? That's too thirsty. Now, if you guys are on a vacation and you never want to see each other again and you meet like in person, uh, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But have you guys noticed any polygamous things going on around you with the women around you in your life? You guys run into some crazy stories like I've ran into recently. Cause like the women between 18 to 20, they have some horrendous stories. They have some crazy college stories. Like if they went to college, and especially if they were in a sorority, bruh, they was doing some stuff. They was doing some stuff. Ain't no telling what they was doing. It could be a vice they developed, whether it be sexually or drug related substance abuse, anything. Like the more I think about it, I think people go to college just to party. They barely be passing their classes, especially the first couple years. The first couple years, everybody just partying and having fun, barely studying. They don't get out of that mode until like junior, senior year. Don't get me started on Remy Ma. Man, feminism, feminism in the Western culture has gobbled those women up and swallowed them whole. They're so far gone, bro. Like the Remy Ma thing, like she just completely neglected and cheated on the guy that was with her even while she was in prison. Brittany Renner, I mean, she just a straight up 304. She at this point, she not even hiding it no more. Exactly. Feminism in Western culture is like a virus. It's like a disease. Once you get it, you done, bro. You stuck with it for the rest of your life. It's like stage 4 uh, cancer. It's like a STD you can't get rid of. Which brings up the question: how are you guys? How are how are you going to find a solid woman in a culture like this? Like how? Because a lot of these women, they're doing it because that's just the thing to do, right? You gotta understand, women are social creatures, the ultimate social creatures. driven by social pressures, social norms. So a lot of these women are just doing, thotting because that's the cool thing to do right now. They didn't really choose it. They didn't really pick it. They just like, hey, everybody else is doing, I'm gonna do it too, right? She said it, so I'm gonna say it too. The craziest stuff in the world, man. The craziest stuff in the world. They've really been indoctrinated and trained well with social programming and everything. Like it's terrible right now, bruh. Like I ain't gonna tell you no lie, guys. At this point, either you're gonna have to accept that if you meet a girl in Western culture that she has a past, because even if she is a good girl, you got to worry about her friends. You got to worry about the social pressures getting to her and contaminating her and tainting her. Like there's so many hurdles that you have to fight on a consistent basis that when you go overseas, if you can afford it and you have the resources to do it, you're not going to deal with. Exactly. It is brainwashing. Exactly. That's the worst part. So a lot of guys are stuck over here dealing with the BS, which means what? Uh, the woman that you choose most likely has a past, and you're not going to know about it because she's not going to tell you. Because if she tells you, she's not going to get that relationship. She's not going to get that ring. She's not going to get any of that. So she's going to withhold that information. So you're going to have to get good at reading between the lines. You guys, excuse me for hitting the table. You're going to have to get good at reading between the lines of what women are saying. Because women are not straightforward, right? Guys are straightforward. They're like, hey, bro, what you need? Like one of my friends hit me up. He's like, bro, I'm in, back in College Station looking for a haircut. Uh, what's a good place to go? I gave him two places. Hey, what's going on, man? I gave him two places to go. He's like, okay, well, I'm looking for this and that and this. I'm like, okay, this, that, and this. I tell him, done. Conversation done in 5 minutes. He get his haircut done. He done. He cool. He on to the next thing. See a woman, she gonna take 30 minutes to reply. She gonna go around the subject. Like guys are straightforward. And that's what frustrates you about women because we're so different. She's passive aggressive. You're straightforward. So, yeah, man, these stories, and it's crazy because these women, in their most prime years, they completely misuse their prime years. They completely abuse their prime years, completely destroy it. And this is the time where they're going to get their heart broken by a guy they have no business dating, whether it's a frat guy. Like it's the heartbreaks that a woman goes through is always a freshman in college, a freshman in high school, dating a junior or a senior, right? That they should know damn well was seeing other women. He was a star football player. He was a star basketball player. He was the frat guy that came from a good family. This is where they get their heart broken. They get tainted and they get imprinted. So by the time you get lollygagged along, she's been through the ringer and she's kind of bitter towards guys because she didn't understand her own dating strategy that she innately wants the top 20%. And not only does she not notice that, but she knows that, or she fails to notice that not only does she want the top 20% of guys, but all the women want top 20% of guys. and women just can't seem to compute the two between. They just fail to recognize that. Completely fail to recognize that. We'll probably push it to an hour. Probably go an extra 5 minutes today. You guys are just coming in here on the replay. If you're coming in right now, hit the like button, comment your thoughts. Let me know what you guys, if you guys are noticing polygamy going on around you in your daily lives, because I've definitely been seeing it. Definitely been seeing it. You guys want to know something interesting? So I was watching a live stream the other day, and this dude said it's like the most top rated guy on online dating. The dude said he got I think it's a study out on this. Um, this guy got over 14,000 matches in one day. Could you imagine getting 14,000 matches, get 14,000 likes in one day? Like, I don't know about you guys, but uh having too many women, that's a headache. That's a headache, bro. Dealing with all the emotions and vindictiveness and hell no. Paradox of choice. You can't make a decision because there's so many different people to choose from. And that's what else is wrong with dating apps. Uh, there's been women that literally can't make a choice on which guys to date because they got too many guys DMing them. So they can't pick a guy because it's uh, paradox of choice. It's too many choices to vet. It's too much noise, and that's what's wrong. That's what social media and everything is creating. It's creating distractions and noise in people's lives to where they can't focus on the right things. They can't focus on what's really going on. So you have a lot of people in society that are completely distracted on the man being labeled a ladies man. I mean, that's a guy that can attract women rather easily. He didn't really have to do too much. He just kind of shows up, and the women kind of approach him. Um, the thing with ladies, guys, is they're going to get a lot of unattractive women. Like when you hear that, they're going to get a lot of unnecessary attention from unattractive women. Like, don't think they're automatically attracting all tens and nines and all that. Nah, there's not that many nines and tens in the world, period. Like the women that are eight to 10, very small percentage of women. It depends. Like if the guy has played the game and he's tired of it, you know, my mentor, rest in peace his soul, he used to be able to attract women a lot, but he got to his 40s and 50s and he was like, bro, I already done had so many women. I just want to settle down with one. Um, Now, the problem with being a ladies' man is that you run into the likely risk of having kids out of wedlock, which is going to kill your economic growth, your ability to accumulate wealth. Just know, guys, that like there's pros and cons to everything. Like nobody gets everything, right? I mean, he could cheat. That's a possibility. That could be a problem for the woman. But you have to recognize everything has a pros and con to it. Like everything, nobody gets 100% of anything, right? So even with a guy that is a ladies' man, he doesn't attract every woman. He attracts more women than the average guy. But there's some women out here that don't like pretty guys. They want you to be a little rough around the feathers, have some money, be more masculine. You know what I'm saying? So don't think that the ladies man gets 90% of women. He probably gets around like, 40, 50%. So, and plus you don't even want that many problems, man. Like you don't even want that many women hitting you up, coming up to you and all that stuff. Like if you're an introverted person like me, you ain't trying to talk to everybody. Yeah, I'm telling you, the guys that become ladies, man, they have children out of wedlock. They have children early. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. Yeah, man, I ain't finna, bruh. Hell no, that's too many. Uh, what they say? There's too many people. If everybody likes you, that means Satan likes you. So if you're trying to appease every woman, attract every woman, that's an exercise in futility. Complete waste of time. Right? You should be focused on the women that only like you, whether that's 10% of women or 5% of women or 60% of women. Just focus on the women that like you for you, man. Don't worry about them Instagram thoughts that want them athletes, them not good quality women, no way. Don't worry about them gold diggers. Yeah, they fine, but they're ditzy and their love language is literally acts of service, gifts, which is stupid because okay, the gift is going to get old. The gift is going to depreciate. It's the dumbest shit. So the women that for the average guy, the women that you like or that you want, you're probably only gonna it's like 10% of women like that, which is cool. You don't want a lot of women knocking on your door, bro. That's just hell no. Focus on the friends, the family. I think I have a video coming out about this. Focus on the people and double down on the people that really matter, man. Like, don't get caught up with these athletes, these celebrities dating all these women, all the crazy sex stories. Like, that shit sound cool, but like, it's a lot of problems too. They get sued. They, get harassment charges. They got to pay these women hush money. Like, it's a lot of unnecessary bull that they have to deal with. These women, uh, slash their tires. Like it's a lot of different other stuff you deal with, man. Yeah, and that envy is a mug. Envy amongst women, shit, you better. Shh. Envy amongst any human being is a bad thing, but with women, she gonna make you feel that shit. Like you guys have to understand, a woman scorn is the most dangerous human. Like a scorned woman is probably more dangerous than a guy. Facts. Unnecessarily BS, right? And you're gonna go through unnecessary BS. And the thing is, these women are so crazy. they'll get into relationships with these athletes and know that they're dating other women and still get attached and still fall in love and still end up doing this crazy stuff. So like Biggie said, more money, more problems, more people, more problems, more women, more problems, more friends, more associates, more problems.